Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm excited to see the interwebs and algorithms brought us back together again. For those of you that are new to this channel, hi, I'm Chris Wright, your very own virtual barista. The goal for this channel is to bring people together to talk about our passions and learn from one another. Together, we can create a community to share knowledge and best practices. Today, I'm very excited to share with you my approach to brewing coffee with an AeroPress. I've spent over a year brewing coffee with this AeroPress, and I've tried a dozen different brewing methods, most of which resulted in a very inconsistent cup of coffee. This video is my interpretation of how to brew coffee with the AeroPress Coffee Maker, including a tutorial of the inverted brew method, as well as a handful of product recommendations that'll elevate your coffee game. I'll post a link in the description below for each of these products. Before I share with you the secret sauce behind the world's best tasting cup of coffee, I'd like to give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber, James Hoffman, my favorite YouTube barista. This video was also inspired by my friends at Urbana Cafe in Cincinnati, Ohio. Thanks for elevating my coffee game. Let's begin with a walkthrough of my brewing setup. Firstly, I'd like to introduce the AeroPress Coffee Maker. Thanks to Alan Adler for creating such a revolutionary coffee brewer. This is my go-to coffee maker every morning. The yield is deliciously smooth and rich coffee. Next, I'd like to review my digital scale and timer. This is Amazon's most highly rated scale. This is my Hario ceramic coffee grinder. It's a very recognizable brand and easy to use. Depending on where you live, you may be lacking the right minerals for optimum coffee extraction. It turns out magnesium sulfate, calcium citrate, and sodium chloride are the right minerals. Taylor and Charles at Third Wave Water in Dayton, Ohio created the perfect balance of minerals to add to distilled water. This produces a consistent and optimum extraction every brew. This is my Coffee Gator kettle with gooseneck spout and a built-in thermometer. The kettle and scale are the most important pieces to anyone's home brewing setup. Both of these pieces create consistency. Now let's talk about beans. I've grown to enjoy a lightly roasted bean. Urbana Cafe in Cincinnati, Ohio has mastered the light roast. I've always reached for their micro-lot whole beans. Their naturally processed micro-lot offers a complex acidity, silky mouthfeel, and balanced flavor profile of cocoa, honey, blackberry, and lemon. Today we'll stick to James Hoffman's coffee to water ratio. James recommends 15 grams of coffee for every 250 grams of water. Place your grinder on the scale. Press tare to reset to 0 grams. Pour 15 grams of your favorite coffee beans into the grinder. Adjust grinder to produce medium coffee grounds. You don't want them to be too fine and not too coarse. And grind away. Insert the AeroPress plunger into the chamber. Just insert the plunger far enough to keep the two from separating. Turn the AeroPress upside down so that the plunger is facing up. Place the inverted AeroPress on the scale and pour your coffee grounds into the AeroPress. Press tare on the scale to reset to 0 grams. Once your water temperature hits 200 degrees, remove the kettle from the heat source. If the water begins to boil, let the bubbles come to a rest before pouring over the coffee grounds. Start your timer and pour 75 grams of water into the AeroPress. Swirl the coffee grounds until all the coffee grounds are wet and let bloom for 40 seconds. Pour 75 more grams of water into the AeroPress. Your scale should now read 150 grams. Gently stir 5 circles and let it brew for another 20 seconds. Pour 100 more grams of water into the AeroPress. Your scale should now read 250 grams. Gently stir 5 circles and let brew for another 90 seconds. Total time on your timer should read 150 seconds or 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Place the paper filter in the AeroPress cap. Once the timer hits 2 minutes and 30 seconds, place the cap with filter inside on the AeroPress and tighten. Once the cap is tight, hold the AeroPress at the intersection between the plunger and the chamber. Then quickly flip over and place the cap side down into a coffee cup. Hold the coffee cup in the base of the AeroPress firmly before pressing your forearm atop the plunger. Once secure, begin gently pressing your forearm down onto the plunger. Your pressure is accurate if the coffee takes 30 to 45 seconds to drain into the coffee cup. Remove the AeroPress from the coffee cup and place the AeroPress plunger side down. And there you have it, the world's best tasting cup of coffee from your favorite YouTube barista. I'm curious to hear your feedback in the comments below. If you have found the universe's best tasting cup of coffee using a different AeroPress approach, please do share. Enlighten us with your elevated coffee ways. And until next time.